This is the Big O Show.
John Florino says, what do you think Mike McDaniel's biggest challenge will be on the field and in his first year? Obviously, proving to everybody that he can run a team. The same challenge that every young coach has. Every young coach has to go out there and prove that he can build a staff, that he can coach players up, that he can prepare them to be successful week in and week out, that he is prepared to be successful week in and week out. Oh, and by the way, that he's earned the respect of the men in the locker room. That's the challenge that every young coach has. It's not a Mike McDaniel thing. That's a Brian Flores thing. That's a Don Shula thing when he took over with the Colts. That's, whatever. It doesn't matter that what generation we're talking about, what decade, what coach we're talking about. All young coaches have to go about proving that they can get the job done. That's it. That's what it's all about. There is some news on that, by the way. They are apparently, Josh Kendall from The Athletic is reporting that they're set to interview Falcons QB coach Charles London. He's been working with the QBs in Atlanta since 2019. He's had several other jobs in years past, running backs, tight ends, all that. So he's coached several positions on offense, not just the quarterbacks. And Matt Ryan, the last 3 years now that he's been there, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 3 years that he's been there coaching the quarterbacks. So that'll be one of the coaches that he's going to bring in. Now, remember, this is a QB coach, so it's probably a guy that's going to be a QB coach assistant, offensive assistant, probably not make the calls. McDaniel will probably make the calls. You know what I'm saying? But he may have somebody up in the booth because he's going to need some eyes to kind of see things, because upstairs you're going to see a little better than the person downstairs. You're going to see a lot of the things develop and what they're trying to do, so you can relay that information to your head coach. So there still has to be some eyes up above that are going to help McDaniel. I don't know if Charles London is going to be downstairs working with him and the quarterback, or if he's going to be upstairs. I don't even know if he's going to get hired. First of all, let me just say that they're interviewing him. That's all. But that's maybe that's why the press conference was pushed back to tomorrow at 10 a.m. because maybe he only had certain windows to interview people. So this is where they had to place the press conference. I personally am actually shocked that they're doing it this late in the week, considering it's Super Bowl week. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of odd with all of that. But Charles London is one of the first targets there. But it's a matter of building a staff, man. It's a matter of proving that you can coach, and proving that you're prepared, and proving that you're smart. Okay? Because it's very important that you win your challenges. It's very important that you know how to call plays. It's very important that you know how to set up your team from one down to another, from one series to another, from 1 week to another, and that your team can adjust to the different challenges that are going to go on. Ton of things that Mike McDaniel and every other young coach has to go out there and prove. And that's not done in 1 year, by the way. That's done over a certain amount of years. You don't really find out in 1 year. Okay, you could get a feel for a guy and say, okay, well, maybe he's got this, he's got it. He's got the skill set for it. He's got the temperament for it. He's got whatever, the IQ for it. But it's over time that you find out if they're good, because that's when, they see you year in and year out. Can you figure them out? Do you stop them from figuring you out? Can you keep people off balance? All of those things, because your coaching can get stale. Your preparation can get stale. So you've got to know how to change it up and keep people off balance. And all of those things is what tests a coach over a certain amount of time. Look, one of the things we can't do is hurry this process up. As much as I get it, man, we've been suffering for 40-something years, 50 years that they haven't won a Super Bowl. I totally understand where people are coming from. The older fans saying, man, there hasn't been a Super Bowl since the early 70s. The younger fans saying, man, last 20, 25 years, that's what I've been watching of Dolphin football, and all I know is crap football. So it's hard to have patience. It's hard to wait for things to develop. I totally understand that. But you're not going to do this overnight. Now, he's got a pretty good base of talent. So it shouldn't take you as long as, let's say, it normally would in any other situation. I think if you coach it upright, you're challenging for a playoff spot this year. And if you're coaching it upright, and you can make the right moves in the front office, you can be a damn good team 2 years from now. Because I like the defense. Just got to add a couple of pieces, not a lot. It's the offense where you got to fix. You got to fix that offensive line and get that running game going and get another receiver. And then things start to really change. But you're not, with the right coaching and the right moves in the front office, you're really not that far away. I know that it's a broken record. You've heard it before, but the team is not, Mike McDaniel's not inheriting a complete rebuild. He's only inheriting a complete rebuild on the offense. That's it. So your defense is set, needs to be tweaked. Got to get a middle linebacker. Got to get a thumper on that team. Got to get another probably corner after you trade X. Because you're going to play Iggy, but you're going to have a veteran in there just in case if Iggy's not ready and can't make the transition. But some things will get tweaked along the way. But they're not, oh my God, they're light years away. No, they're not. They won 9 games. They're not that far away. They've just got to fix the issues on the offensive side of the ball. They get a better offense. They're able to run the ball. They keep the defense off the field a little bit more. They can gain more leads, those kind of things. It'll make life easier on everybody else, including the defense. They won't have, what you cannot do is every week make the defense be perfect because your offense is limited. And that's McDaniel's job. This cannot be a limited offense. You got to find a way to be able to strike quick and make things happen. And you can do it. Just takes good coaching and the front office to get the job done.